My name is Nancy Lewis. I am the mother of a 50-year-old man with autism. My son has lived in an intentional community in upstate New York for 22 years, where I also serve on the board of directors. Today, I am speaking to the board about the need to expand options for people with ASD. Fellow board members, my son has autism. He is not a cute toddler or a quirky teenager, and not the poster child for autism spectrum disorder. My son is 50 years old. Research and planning for ASD have not caught up with him. He is struggling to show us what he needs. David is a very active guy who works in the bakery and has many interests, including photography, music, dolphins, latch hook, and parties. He loves to swim, run, cross-country ski, play baseball, basketball, and ping pong. My son chose to live in this community because he could do active and meaningful work here. David has lived happily in this community for more than 20 years, and until recently, I have not had reason for concern. David was recently moved to a care house that is designed for frail elderly people who need trained medical aids 24 hours per day. There are now 3 adults with autism or a related disorder living in care houses with villagers who are at least 20 years their senior. This is not appropriate for active, healthy people with ASD. They are there because of a past episode of elopement or other unusual behavior. 21 people now living in our community have autism. Not all of them need special living accommodations at this time, but it is highly probable that many of them will as time goes on. People with autism are very energetic and love to be active. 49% may wander or elope. They may have difficulty communicating. They may have seizures. Do we know what causes autism? No. Do we know what causes the unusual behaviors and the seizures associated with autism? We know that stress is the primary cause. Stress in people with autism can be greatly relieved by opportunities for vigorous recreational exercise or blowing off steam. This is different from walking to and from work or housework or helping to care for others. Friendships with peers and spontaneously occurring conversations and casual activities are very important to them. Unusual behaviors and/or seizures in people with autism often lead to restrictions in their activities. This may lead to increased stress, isolation, and low self-esteem. It is not expensive or difficult to make life easier and happier for people with autism, and there is a very high probability that we can reduce the incidence of behavior problems by doing so. We can become better informed about autism. We can offer safe living opportunities with peers in regular village houses. We can install non-intrusive security systems to protect people who have a tendency to wander. We can offer regular and dependable opportunities for groups to exercise and socialize together. This week, I received a copy of a December 15, 2016 publication from the Offices of Medicare and Medicaid Services that addresses these issues and makes it clear that person-centered planning is a very useful tool for this type of situation. We are known for our caring and our creativity. We can do this. Some beginnings have already been made, and my hope is that before long, the accommodations I have mentioned here will become standard practice. Please support this effort to improve the quality of life for our villagers with autism. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you on behalf of David and all of the adults who are affected by ASD. I welcome your comments and questions.